So today I'm going to show you how to do the long tail cast on. And this is the second cast on that I typically teach to new knitters. I usually teach the knitted cast on first, and then once they get that and they want some additional cast ons, then I will teach them the long tail. I typically use the long tail for most of my knitting projects. Occasionally I will use the knitted cast on, and occasionally I will use a different cast on if it is called for in a pattern. A lot of times your designers will just tell you to use whatever cast on you like. But in this video we're going to focus on the long tail cast on. And the long tail cast on, you need to have a significant amount of yarn on both sides of your slip knot. Typically when you do your slip knot, you do the slip knot close to the end of the yarn. But for a long tail cast on, you need enough yarn in order to cast on the number of stitches that you need. Now, there's all kinds of different ways to decide how much yarn you need on the left side of your slip knot. I just kind of guess, okay? If you have a lot of stitches, like 500 stitches, and you're nervous that you're going to run out of yarn on your left hand side, then you can do a little trick where you hold the needles together and just kind of wrap around the number of times that you need, and then you'll have more than enough yarn to get you through to cast on all of your stitches. So today we're only going to cast on a few, so we don't need that much yarn. So we're just going to create our slip knot right here, and we're going to create it with the tail end. So we're going to wrap it over, and then we're going to bring our tail through the center, just like we did for the knitted cast on. Now the long tail cast on is a little different because it's kind of fiddly with the fingers, and it takes a little bit of getting used to. So what you're going to do is you're going to hold the tail between your fingers on your left hand, right here. And then the working yarn that's attached to your ball is going to go on the top. So you're going to hold your fingers like this, and you're going to hold both ends in your fingers down here. Okay? So just like this. And the way it works is you're going to kind of turn your hands over. You're going to come under this loop, grab a hold of that loop, and pull it back through the loop that's on your thumb, and let go. So again, everything's here. You're just going to kind of rotate your hands up, come under this loop, grab that loop that's over your index finger, and pull it through the loop that's on your thumb. Okay, so we're going to come through and through that loop, and then bring it through the loop that's on your thumb and drop the loop off your thumb. So again, you're holding it like this with the ends in your fingers on the left hand side. You're going to rotate up. You're going to come under this loop, pull that loop through the other loop, and drop it off your thumb. And the long tail cast on is great if you have a lot of stitches to cast on, because you can cast on quite quickly. Again, rotate up, go through that loop, grab the loop that's around your index finger, and then pull through the loop that's on your thumb. But you can cast on quite quickly once you get the hang of it. So again, I'm going to slow down one more time, and this works for both continental and English style knitters. Again, you're going to come down underneath the loop that's kind of in front of your thumb. Underneath that loop, grab the loop that's around your index finger and come through the loop again. Underneath the loop in the front, grab the loop that's around your index finger, and then pull tight. And that is your knitted cast on. Thanks so much for watching. You can find all of my tutorials on my YouTube channel or also on the blog. As always, thanks for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed the show. Please feel free to contact me with your comments or suggestions, as I am always trying to improve the show. You can find me on Ravelry, Instagram, and YouTube as Bloomingknitter. You can also find me on Plurk, Twitter, and Pinterest as Bloomingknitter, but I don't frequent those sites as often. I post show updates on Twitter and Facebook, and sometimes to Google+ and Plurk. I am Miss Aerobics on MyFitnessPal and Fitbit. You can always find all the old episodes as well as links to the tutorials on the blog at www.knittingblooms.com. And you can also follow the show on Facebook. You can email me at knittingblooms@gmail.com, and show notes can be found at knittingblooms.com.